All right, so this is the AtriCure cryoablation machine. So the first thing we want to do is, starting off, is we're going to go ahead and turn the machine on. So we're going to go ahead, power button is in the back. We will turn the machine on there. Now if we stay on the back side of the machine, we have our power supply. We have our heater blanket connection, which is an orange cable. We have our foot pedal connection. You have your vent release button here. To use this red button here, you must be on, the machine must be on for you to vent the line with this button. The next is going to be our nitrous connection. We also have our venting of nitrous when the machine is off. This is a pull button where the other was a push button. This is to be used when the machine is off. And last but not least, we have our exhaust tubing. If we come down here, we want to look at our pressure gauge, which is one of the most important pieces of this machine. There's a line that's marked there for 800. If we're at 800, we have enough nitrous to get through a case. At this point, we want to go ahead and turn our machine on. We're going to go ahead, the machine's on. We're going to go ahead and open the tank. You'll notice that the tank that I'm opening has a connection that runs from the tank itself all the way through right here into the pressure line into the generator. This is just lefty-loosey, righty-tighty to close, but lefty-loosey to open. If we look here on the pressure gauge, we're right at 800. Knowing the heater blanket is connected, we will probably get more pressure. Now we want to come around to the front of the machine to look at the buttons here that we use. The first button is our start and stop button. Green means go, so we're good there. This will change colors to blue once we start freezing, which we'll show here in a second. And then you'll also have an orange color, which means that we're venting. So that means that the pressure has to relieve from the line, and you'll hear it come through the exhaust tubing. At that point, you can't do anything. You have to let it run its course. Next to that is our tank amount, or pressure amount. With this right here, it's showing we're low. The most important thing to understand about this is that this is only as good as the last person that hit the reset button and changed the tank. So in order to know if you have enough pressure to get through the tank or through the case, check the pressure gauge in the back, which we started from. Next, you're going to have our timer. This is preset at 120 seconds. It can be changed, but there's no reason to change it. And it'll start and stop on its own. So just remember that all ablations need to be a minimum of 2 minutes. Next to that's our temperature gauge. Again, out of our control. Once we go ahead and connect the Cryo Probe, we will start to generate a temperature there. And then obviously when we start the freeze, it will go down to freezing temperatures. From here we have 4 connects that we need to be mindful of. 2 are for temperature, again all color coordinated, and then we have 2 for the Cryo Probe itself. At this point we're going to show you the Cryo Probe. This right here is the connection that will be passed off to circulator or vendor once we get it cracked open onto the field. Again, all of the connections are color coordinated, red and black, orange and blue. So we'll go ahead and connect at this point. Temperature gauges go in, red with red, black with black. The other 2 are quick coupling. To use this for the orange, push forward, connect your probe, and push in. You'll hear a click. Same with the blue. We're going to push in, push the probe in, and you'll hear a click. At this time, I always give a very good tight pull on this to see if we're snug. If you come back here, you notice that we have temperature generated here at 24 degrees Celsius. Timer still set at 120, and we're green to go. We will go ahead and freeze at this point. Pressing the green button. We're also going to show you the Cryo Probe too, to see that we know it's freezing. If we come back to the generator, our light is blue, meaning that it's freezing. Timer's already been started. We're at 110 seconds now, and we're at negative 66 degrees Celsius.
Just kidding.
Yeah, my brand. At this point, we're going to go ahead and imitate if a surgeon asks you to stop the machine. What do? All we need to do is touch the blue freezing button. it turns to yellow or orange, meaning we're venting right now. We're defrosting, the cryo probes, and now you hear that swoosh, means we vented and we're ready to go. Green means go. At this point, we're gonna go ahead and shut down the machine, okay? To unconnect or disconnect the cryo probe, we want light to be green, and then we're going to go ahead and just disconnect. Again, pushing forward on the quick couple on both of these, and then you're just pulling out the temperature probes. We have safely disconnected the cryo probe. Now we want to shut down the machine. Again, we want to turn the machine around, come to the back. First thing we want to do is close the nitrous tank. Again, righty-tighty to close. We are good there. Now we want to drain the line. So we still have pressure in the machine. We're at about 700. It's slowly going down because it's shut. So we want to expedite this process. So the machine's on. So I'm just pressing, and you can see here that the pressure gauge is going down. We're not quite at 0 yet. So what I want to do is show you the manual option too. This is a little it's a little sticky and tough. So just pull back on it and release the rest. And it's slowly creeping down there. At this point, we can now turn the machine off, which is very simple to do, and just hitting the on-off switch. Lastly, I will say there's one thing that we can show as far as some surgeons like to have the option to go ahead and turn the machine on and off by itself. We have a foot pedal. Connection goes to the back. Pretty simple connection piece here. And it goes straight to the foot pedal indication here. And all we need to do is go ahead and click it in. You'll hear a click. Put this at the pedal or the foot pedal at the feet of the surgeon, and they can control the machine on their own. The other thing too is just changing out the tanks. Fairly simple, lefty loosey, righty tighty. The connection, make sure the tank is closed. Now you'll hear a little hiss, just that's the leftover nitrous cleaning the line there. Again, lefty loosey, righty tighty, and threads on. Recommendations: put the nipple straight in. It'll seat, and then just thread this on until you can't tighten anymore. And that's it.
Very good, thank you.